Reboot 95, Ressentiment. NCAIM 2, Eradicating Hatred, Section 6. Hatred's other forms and considerations and prophetic universalism. Ressentiment. In our study of hatred and how to eradicate it, we investigate and catalog those actions, attitudes, and behaviors that are evidence of the differing forms of hatred we address. However, we do not only focus our attention on these examples, but also explore the root causes for the behaviors. In this most recent study of ressentiment, we have tried to explain not only the acts and exemplify them, but also the underlying factors that generate it. As we close our study, let us now consider a few of the root causes and also begin to consider our next subject, difference. As we have stated numerous times in our work here, group identity is a necessary and over-applied method in humanity to provide for self-preservation. As we have shown, however, our method of cataloging and compartmentalizing every aspect of our lives leads us to divide our data into various sets and subsets. These show distinctions and similarities between groups regularly throughout our own personal views of reality. For some of us, the extent to which we overuse these methods leads to real issues of discrimination, jealousy, envy, bigotry, and hatred. Our existence is easier to process if we categorically exclude as many groups as possible from our assignment of complete empathy. When we manage to limit the total number of beings we must care for, we relieve ourselves of the burden of concern and guilt for inaction when they require help. With group identity, we can use our ready-made, observed distinctions and differences as starting places for our prejudices, and effectively diminish and dismiss the worthiness or assignment of full human status to those we have contrived justification for exclusion of. NCAIM2.com. 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 The determination of qualifying characteristics for inclusion and exclusion are determined by one leader or group consensus that are set regardless of the method. As we establish our prejudices and justifications, we acquire a pride and satisfaction in our inclusion and a reciprocal disdain for the excluded. As such, and in truly human fashion, our pride becomes overblown, and feelings of superiority emerge, and is of course accompanied by views of inferiority for those others unlike ourselves. As negative as these outlooks are, they don't necessarily equate to or portend the existence of hatred. However, due to their presence, very little is required, inspirationally, to lead us from being different, even feeling superior, to disdain, dehumanization, and violent atrocities, especially if the conditions exist where exploitation or assaults are not fully addressed legally by our society or our legal statutes, thereby providing for or promoting discriminatory acts.